Welcome back to the Embeemakes knitting channel. My name's Melissa and I'm the maker behind Embeemakes. You can find me here on YouTube as well as on Ravelry and Instagram as Embeemakes. Usually on my channel I do regular knitting podcasts where I show you my finished objects, my whips and some acquisitions or other things I'd like to share with you. And often I also do some special videos, and for this month, the month of October, I've recently done a Socktober special video where I talk to you about my unfinished sock whips. And I thought about another fun video for this month to make, so I wanted to try this out. As you might see, I also have a little bit of a different setup here today, as I'm filming this after work and it's getting darker a lot sooner. I bought a ring light to film in the evening, and so yeah, that's why you might see a bit of glare in my glasses. I hope you like this setup. Yeah, let me know what you think of it below in the comments. But I think this will be very useful for me. I bought this from a gift card that I had gotten earlier this year. It wasn't very expensive, so just thought I would try it out. And so far I like it. So yeah, for today's video we have another Socktober special. We are now the 18th of October and I'm working on my sock whips. It's going really well, but I also thought about the socks I already have and the ones I've knit in the previous year. And yeah, with the weather getting colder, I like wearing them. So I thought it would be nice to show you my favorite socks. Of course, I love all of them, but the ones I'm going to show you today are the ones that I've worn the most. I don't have a lot of socks yet. I'm working on it. But yeah, I wanted to showcase some of them that I really like and tell you about the yarn I've used and yeah, why I like them. And also at the end I'll do a little bit of a deep dive in how to care for your hand knit socks, or at least how I do that. So let's dive in. These are in no particular order. I'm just going through them. I have a nice stack here. And I'm very proud of all of these. The first one I have here is one of the more recent ones I finished. And these are the lovely Anna socks by Laura Penrose. These are colorwork socks, as you see. Simple 1x1 colorwork, so very beginner friendly. And these are with an afterthought heel. You use 3 different colors. Of course, you can use this all, make all of them with scrap yarn. These use very little yarn, at least for me, since these are shorties and I have small feet. Don't know the exact amounts. Not sure if I put it on my Ravelry, but you can check that out. I used Vilcolana Arvetta for this pair. And yeah, I would definitely knit these socks again. I've worn them already a few times. They have started to felt a little bit at the bottom. Don't know if you can see really well. But yeah, that's normal, of course. These do have nylon in them, the Arvetta. But yeah, these feel really soft on my feet. Yeah, just really lovely. And the color work also makes them a little thicker, so yeah, really warm. Would recommend the pattern and the yarn. The next pair is also more of a shorty pair of socks. These are the broken rib socks. This is a free pattern I've talked about in my free sock patterns video. So check that out if you are interested. This free pattern on Ravelry. I adapted it a little bit because I think it's 2 at a time in the pattern, but I just knit these one after the other to keep it more portable. As it was quite a simple repeat, it's nice to take on the go. I used Arvita again for the cuff and heel and toe, and then a hand-dyed yarn by Ladybug yarn for the main color of the sock. Yeah, these are super cute. Yeah, as I said, it's an easy stitch pattern, just broken rib, but with a wider stockinette part in between. I think it's 7 stitches, 7, and then 1 row you knit all the rows, and then you do 7 knits a purl, 7 knits a purl. It's a free pattern, so it's okay to talk about that. And this is, I think, a German short row heel. Yeah, not sure what it's called exactly, but yeah, something like that. And yeah, these are knit cuff down, as were the lovely Anna socks. All my socks are up until now. I haven't tried toe-up socks yet, but that will be something I want to try in the future. The next pair is a more winter sock pair. These are very thick, and this is a test knit that I did at the beginning of this year, or end of last year even. And these are the Santorini socks by Breibeli. She's a Belgian knitwear designer who also has a YouTube channel now. So yeah, you can go and check that out as well. And these are a lovely colorwork sock, but with a very thick yarn. These are DK weight. The pattern uses Novita 7 Brothers, so I got that yarn because I wanted to try that out for this pattern. And yeah, I only wear these in winter when it's really cold because they're super thick and woolly. I even mostly wear these over regular cotton socks that I have to keep my feet extra nice and toasty. I also just wear these at home as like cozy socks on the sofa. So these are great for that. I think they also make a great pattern to gift. Yeah, that's something I might do this year. Or if you're still looking for patterns for gift knitting, I think this is a lovely pair of socks to gift. And you can really play around here with the colors. I did a dark pink and light pink for the dots, and then a beige for the main color. And I have quite a lot of yarn left from the dark and the light pink, so I can do a dark pink for the main color, and then use the light pink and the beige for the color work here. So I think you can even get out of the 3 skeins definitely 2 pairs of socks. So yeah, that's really nice. Then the next pair I have is also a test knit. I've test knit quite a few socks, even though I only started knitting socks at the beginning of last year. But I think they're nice to get into test knitting because they're quite small projects. And yeah, it's just really fun. These are the Rainy Day socks by Theresa Runnett. I've knit these, yeah, I think in the spring of this year. And yeah, these are with La Bien-Aimée sock yarn. I think it's, don't know the exact name of the base, but I think it has some blue-faced Leicester wool in the yarn, and also nylon, I think. Yeah, you get some really nice stitches in the stockinette. Then you have some rib for the top and here for the entire leg. Alternated with some small cables. which made this a really engaging sock to knit. And yeah, I love wearing these. These feel so soft. And the fit is just perfect. I like the heel flap and gusset construction for the heel. Yeah, really nice socks, and I love the colors, the grey with just the pops of color from the speckles. Really lovely. The next pair of socks is another colorwork sock that I knit earlier this year. And these are the Herding Cat socks by Stone Knits. When I saw these on her Instagram, I knew immediately that I wanted to knit these because I love cats. We have a cat of our own as well, which you might have seen on my Instagram. He really likes to come and cuddle with me when I'm knitting. So yeah, I needed to knit some cat socks. And I decided to use different colors for each row of cats. And I've used some various yarns for these, some hand-dyed yarns and some Filcolana Arvetta for the plain ones. And the main color is hand-dyed yarn by Olive and Oliver Fibers. These have a short row heel and are also knitted cuff down. I really love patterns by Stone Knits. I'm currently knitting the Blooming Lavender socks as well. And yeah, I think they will fit as nice as these ones. Those socks have in heel flap and gusset. But yeah, the color work is really nice. It stretches. Well, normally color work doesn't stretch that much, but the sizing of these socks is really spot on. So I can definitely recommend patterns by Stone Knits. Or yeah, definitely this one. The yarn has started to felt also on these. Yeah, but only at the bottom, the parts here, the front of the foot and on the heel. But yeah, that's just normal. And yeah, there's not too much pilling. But you can easily clean your socks up again, but more on that later. Then another pair I really liked, and it's also a free pattern, is the Biscuit socks. This is also a free pattern on Ravelry, which I also mentioned in a previous video. And I started these last year in Socktober, but only managed to finish them earlier this year. This is with hand-dyed sock yarn by Ginger and Thyme. And it has a really simple, structured, textured pattern on it, just with some pearls here and there. Yeah, and again a short row heel. These also aren't super long socks, which I like to wear at home. Yeah, again, a bit of felting at the foot here below, but that's okay. They just feel so nice on my feet, they fit really well, they don't stretch out too much. For all the socks I'm showing here today, I just used a regular long tail cast on method to cast on for the cuff. And yeah, I don't have any problems with getting them over my heels or my foot. I make sure to not do it too tightly or too loosely. Yeah, that just works for me. And then another colorwork sock that I also test knit. This was last year, right after I filmed my Socktober video. I got chosen to do this test knit, and these are the Jagged Little Socks by House of Budleia. I had test knit for her before as well. And these were my very first colorwork socks. Also the very first time that I did an afterthought heel. And I'm just super happy with these. The yarn I use for these socks is Lana Grossa Mijlenwijd Cashmere. So these have a bit of cashmere in them, which makes them incredibly soft. Yeah, it was great as a first colorwork project. It really isn't too difficult, and the fact that it has different parts makes it really potato chippy knitting, because you want to continue to the next part and then the next. Yeah, and then also the fact that you don't have to do the heel in between, so you just need a tube and then you put the heel in. But yeah, the instructions in the pattern were very clear for these, so didn't have any problem with that. I've already worn these in shoes as well, and yeah, they have felted a little bit again at the bottom of my foot and at the heel, and they're starting to peel, but I will give them a nice clean soon. Can definitely recommend the pattern and the yarn. And then the last pair of socks I want to talk to you about today are my London fog socks. I was working on these, I think, last year for Socktober, or I just finished them. These were the first socks I made with hand-dyed yarn. This is by Ginger and Thyme again. And these have a lovely cable on one side of the foot, like you can wear these on the outside. These socks are mirrored. And yeah, I really have worn these a lot already. I've just given them a wash yesterday, and to clean them up a bit more, now I will talk to you a bit more about how I take care of my hand knit socks. I always wash my socks in a cold bowl of water. Not super cold, but like room temperature water is okay. And then I put a little bit of soap in. I've been using Eucalan for most of the time, but I recently also got this by Soak, which smells really lovely. I got the fig smell. And so I put a drop of soap in the water, and yeah, then I just let them soak in the water for 20 minutes, half an hour, get them out and just put them flat on a towel to dry. The first time when I finish my socks, I use sock blockers to give them a nice shape, but after that I just let them dry flat on a towel. And these, yeah, have also felted very slightly, but you can't really tell. And this one looks really clean, and I even worn them a lot already. And that's because I used my depiller on these. This is the one I just depilled. And this one still needs to get done. I don't know how well you can see, but you can see here the fuzz. The pills a little bit. Then on the bottom of the foot. And here on the toe. Yeah, you can see. You can just get that easily off there. I've used my Philips depiller, so it's this kind of thing. And yeah, I'm gonna put it on. And then you just, yeah, shave over your sock with it. And I find it very useful. It really isn't very expensive, or at least the one I got wasn't very expensive. So it might be a nice present for yourself, or something you can ask for this Christmas if you have to make your list. So yeah, I can recommend that to keep your socks in a good shape. So that's all I have for you today about my socks. Maybe one last thing I forgot at the beginning of this video, I can tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my recently finished ranunculus t-shirt. I knit this in Drops Bell in this bright pink color. And I'm really happy with how it's looking. This is my last summer knit, but I think I can still wear it this fall. If it's not too cold inside, I can just wear it or put a cardigan or a blazer on top of it to go to work. Yeah, I think it's still really nice to wear. And I know I will definitely get a lot of wear out of this coming spring and summer. But if you want to know more about this, be sure to subscribe so you know when I post a new video at the end of this month, a regular podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed this type of video and maybe you learned something new, found some inspiration for new socks you want to knit. I'm going to go back to my sock whips now and continue on them so I can get most of those finally finished by the end of the month. But yeah, I'm wishing you happy knitting. Bye!